Oh, hello. Hi. Hey. Okay, this is number 163 of 365, and I start 5, and it's called Pushing Trends. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. It is me. It is Paul Carpenter. This is number 163 of 365, and it is called Pushing Trends. So now the question is, what does this mean, Paul? This pushing trends thing you talk about? Well, I just heard a really cool statement, and that statement was, whoever knows or can predict the future the best is the one who can make the most money. And I was like, that's so true. Yet I also believe the person who can actually push a trend can actually push the future, as well as those who actually can predict them. And what I mean by that is, like, think about people who create random things in the middle of nowhere. You know, good morning, Betty. I love you. I'm going to call you very soon. As a matter of fact, probably right after this video, so we can chat. But the thing is, I'm thinking about it. Like, think about like the guy who created the Pet Rock, or the guy who created 5 Hour Energy. I don't know if you know this, but it's a really good documentary. You should go check it out. And it's called Billions in Change. That's right. Billions in Change is the name of it. And what happened was the guy who created 5 Hour Energy, you know those little shot drinks that are in front of the 7-Elevens or whatever store, and you can buy them, and 5 Hour Energy. All right. So anyways, he created these things. He made $5 billion. And he's like, that's too much money, or $4 billion. He's like, that's too much money. He gave away $3.5 billion so that he could create awesome new products to change the world. And that includes like desalination, which is a hard word to say. And another machine which helps pump your heart. Because as you get older, the reason that you start to get older in the face is because your heart starts to pump less. And that is also why your body starts to break down, because the blood is what is cleaning out the system and keeping it young and so on. Anyway, so he's created this awesome little thing. My point being is that that's a person that came out of nowhere, didn't see the trends prior with this 5 Hour Energy. We just like saw this thing, put it together, made the drink. It's a great documentary. Please watch it. But the point is that you don't also have to just know what's going to happen in front of you. You can also be the creator of something new, of something that people have not seen. And you might be like, Paul, what are you talking about? The thing is that no matter what you do, as long as you talk about it from your point of view, it's new. It's brand new. And it's new to them because it comes from your point of view. And so that's something that makes it palatable for certain people. And you don't need to have a bajillion subscribers. I don't know if you know this, but if you have 100,000 subscribers and they're dedicated, and you ask them all to give you $10 a piece, that's $1 million. Hello. So there's a way to do it. And there's 3.5 billion people on the internet. Out of that, there's 1 billion people that are buying something almost every day right now on the internet. I know. And all you need is 100,000 people. Hello. So my point isn't just that. My point is, like, you can also create something, not just know the trends, but if you do know the trends and you can see the future of what is going to be a need, and you can be ahead of that game, my God, the world that can be yours, the things that you can do, the things that you can change, it's absolutely astronomical. And it's not just about money. It's about world change. I was talking about this with my friends last night, and they were like, you know, we can do this and we can do this to make it better and this and that and the other. And I was being really pessimistic, you know. And they were like, yo, why are you being so low on us, man? Why are you being so down, bro? And I was like, man, look, I'm not trying to be down. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. What I was trying to say is, like, look at our track record. You know, and look at what we're trying to go to. We're getting some serious conversation today. But look at what we're trying to go to. We're trying to go to the next evolutionary step in our condition, i.e. the human condition. And as we all see it, technology is infusing itself into our cells. There's people with pacemakers, there's people with fake kidneys, there's people with fake lungs, there's people, so on and so forth, right? How long will it take before we have fake brains? Or at least part brains? How long will it take before 90% of our body is no longer human? Then will we still be human? What will we be? And these are questions that we're not even asking ourselves, and we're only 20, 30 years away from this. So my point to this is, if we just think about where we're headed and what we're really trying to do to ourselves, it is to move into the next evolutionary step. And the only way to do that is to no longer have race, to no longer have gender, to no longer, on some level, be human. And that's not to say that we're taking away the best parts of ourselves. If anything, what that's saying is we've found a way to last longer, to permeate this ideology in some way. Hopefully, that being an ideology of learning, of advancing, of growing. Now, there's a split that happens, of course, where on one level we end up becoming these cyborg entities that are like ants that don't have any kind of emotion. And then there's the other side of things where we never truly accept the implant and we allow ourselves to be human and use the best of our abilities in our cognitive sense and our meditative sense to receive and achieve a new found ideology, a new evolutionary process. But right now, I'm very afraid with the power of CRISPR and genetic mutation of our own cells. Now, granted, that's nowhere near where we are. Okay, we're nowhere near it. And there's even people who are experimenting with putting CRISPR into their body to get more muscles or to do this or to do that. It's not working. And that's not what we're trying to, I see it happening, don't get me wrong. 10, 20, 30 years from now, when we start to understand how to manipulate the genome and how we could say, in this part of my body, I want to create a tail, or I want to be a unicorn, or whatever. That might happen, but I don't see those experiments being very positive at the beginning. I see that as being a very scary place. And yet, we're V-lining it straight to that place. And so, on a heavy note, I state that, wow, look at where we are. Look at our past record of what we are. Because I think the conversation was, hey, if we could make it up to this point, if we don't kill ourselves, and I was like, well, I'm not sure, kids, because it's pretty bad right now. Like, just alone in the fishing industry, there was a brand new documentary that just came out that was like Cowspiracy, but instead it was like Fishspiracy or something, like about fishes. And the amount of absolute horror that we are doing to the earth just to grab fish out of it, to then basically throw the fish away, because I think some like 3/4 of the fish that are actually caught and killed and processed and then eaten it's like massive amounts of waste, let alone what is done to the earth. It's just so I'm not trying to be all low and stuff, right, at all. I'm not. I'm just trying to be aware. And in that awareness, that doesn't mean you have to just, throw your hands up and say, oh, so much, what can I do? No, it's quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. We have so much to do. We have so much to empower ourselves. And to uplift each other and tell each other that we're great and tell each other that we're good. Instead of hearing that you're too fat or that you're not wearing the right shoes or you don't have on the right clothes or you're not the right cool person or you're not hanging out with the right people or fuck me, bro. God. How much do we have to hate each other to be able to not move forward? Well, that's the amount. And yet we do it to ourselves all day. We hear it every day in the news. We hear it in the media that we see. We see these beautiful, perfect people that are living these beautiful, perfect lives. And it's like, I want to live a beautiful, perfect life too. I want to be a weirdo guy that gets to travel around the world and have crazy adventures. So I go and live that life with no money. And then I'm like, yo, please pay me. Please, guys, I'm stuck in Africa. I don't know what to do. Please send me some money to my PayPal, my Cash App. But what I'm trying to get at, more than anything else, out of all of this, is one. Know what's happening. Know how to see it for what it is right here, but also what it's going to be in the future. And nobody can truly know the future, but you can massively speculate it based on knowing the history of humanity and knowing what it is today and knowing what it possibly could be tomorrow. Simple answers there, right? Or at least semi-simple. All right. Second thing you need to know is that no matter what happens, you need to be a good person. You need to be loved no matter what. Push away the people in your life that put negativity in you. Push away the people who say that you're not good enough or that you don't do something right or that you're not right or that you're not this or that you're not that. Don't allow that in your life unless you're challenging yourself to be better. Unless you're like looking for that coach in your existence. And you're like, yo, man, with that coach in my existence, with that person in my life, I'm a better person. I see myself growing. I see myself losing the weight. I see myself learning more because of this coach, because of this partner, because of this whatever. And if that's the case, then by all means, seek discomfort. Seek discomfort in positive, beautiful ways. But, at the same time, thank you for watching, Eric. Thank you for even being here and hanging out with me. So those are the things that we really need to know. Is one, know the trends, because by knowing or seeing the trends ahead of time, you're able to capitalize on that. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with putting out effort and getting something back for your return. Nothing wrong with that, folks. By all means, catch it. Catch that wave. I see nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, I feel sometimes neglected if I don't get paid. And I'm like, I did something and I was like, why didn't I get something out of that? It's like, I didn't do the right documentation on that one. Because if I would have signed papers, he would have signed, but it becomes so much. And then I'm like, ugh, papers and things and people. Why can't we just handshake and you just say you're going to give me some money and you do? Listen, at the same time, the last thing we need to know is we need to all be within this faith-based life. Understand that your life is based in faith. That's it. Faith, not fate. Not faith and fate, but faith. Like they say, hope will only allow you to walk through the fire. Faith will allow you to leap over it. That's Reverend T.D. Jakes. I like him. I've said that many, many times in my little videos and stuff, but I really like that quote. And it's a true idea that if you really truly believe and really completely connect to what it is that you are trying to create, then there's almost like something that helps you overcome it. And call that God. Call that creator. Call that genius where in the understanding of genius being something outside of yourself, not something that you are, like, I'm such a genius. No, but something more like a little elf that comes into your world and like changes it up for you and helps you finish the painting. By the way, that whole thing comes from a very beautiful TED Talk by the girl who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. So if you want to look that up, go check it out. It's like 15-minute, great, awesome TED Talk on the idea of what genius is and how hard it is for a human to hold the idea of genius on their shoulders. Because it's like, how can I be a genius? Like, I ain't no genius. I'm a fucking idiot. That we got. You know what I mean? But to say that I'm a genius or that someone is a genius because they did something, it's like, wow. Then they have to, like, everything they do has to be genius. You have to be so good at it every time. And if you're not, then it's like, that guy sucks. He's a one-timer. One-timers. I would love to be a one-timer. I'd love to have a fucking, like, even be that person that just has a one-time record, that one song you only hear. It's like, I saw the signs. Like that one song. You're like, oh, that's a one-hit wonder guy. And you're like, yep, that's the guy. Dude, I would love to be that guy. I'll take a one-hit wonder. I'll take $32 million or $5 million in my bank account for one song, and get, like, you have, like, iHeartRadio calls you up every once in a while. They're like, hey, listen, we're doing the iHeartRadio I Love the 90s special, and we need you to come out and do your one song. And you're like, but I have an old album, and it's really good. And yeah, but we need you for that one song. Listen, I'd be happy to be the guy with one song, is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Even, listen, one good viral video. You're almost kind of like, if you know what you're doing with marketing and the right thing and the blah, 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 but you can take one viral video. It has to do good. 10, 20 million views, something stupid. But one viral video can literally change your life. I just need one. One video. One video. Look, it's space. It's space. So listen, I'm going to end it because we've been here for a very long time. But I hope that some of this inspires you to understand how beautiful and awesome this thing is that we're living within, and that there is despair within it. Sure, we can be disparaging all day long and say that it's crappy and we don't like it. Or we could be like, yo, dude, there's so much to do here. There was so much to create here. There's so much to live here. And I don't need to be in a place of negativity. I don't need to be in a place of doubt. I don't need to be in a place of like, I have to work every day or I'm going to lose everything. Lose everything. Lose it. Fuck it. What are you doing holding on to it? What are you getting out of it? Are you getting something good? Because if you are, then challenge yourself. And if you are, work harder. If you are, do the things that make you feel more comfortable. If you need your own bed, go get your own bed. If you need your own car, get your own car. There's nothing wrong with any of those pieces. I'm not saying don't have a family. I'm not saying don't. But what I'm saying is this, is that if you have things that you don't need that are holding you down, that can be people, that can be things, that can be places, it doesn't fucking matter. Allow yourself to be free of it. Allow yourself to be open to new experiences, open to new ideas, open to new places, open to new clothing options. Fuck, just let it happen. And allow the universe to give to you. When someone tries, sometimes like it's so funny because I do it too, right? But somebody will be like, oh, dude, you could totally have this. And you're like, oh, no, don't. I don't want it. Thanks. And I don't know why I do that sometimes, but sometimes I do. I'm like, oh, no, I'm okay. I don't need it. And they're like, no, please, let me, no. Like, no. Like, no, please, let me. And you're like, okay, fine, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Okay, so allow the universe to give. And let yourself give to the universe. Don't hold on to your dreams. Please, don't hold on to your dreams. Do something with them. even look, I've always wanted to make YouTube videos, right? And I've always wanted to be like a Casey Neistat kind of character. And I've tried making these kind of videos, but I have some stumbling blocks. One, I don't have good equipment. I have great cameras, but I don't have a good editing suite, so I can't really edit any of this stuff. So I have all this stuff that I've been looking at it for weeks, like the last week. I have all these videos that I've edited that I haven't put on YouTube, that I haven't put on Facebook, that I haven't put on any of the things. And I wanted to grab some of the live feeds and some of the other stuff and put all those things together and make like a YouTube video that shows like this crazy adventure that I was just on over the last week with this guy who invited me to New York. And then I got to, and then I met another guy and that guy and then a show, and it was just crazy. He's just like, what the fuck just happened? I went from sitting on the beach, hanging out, like, oh, I don't know what to do, guys. Gonna go hang out over here. And then all of a sudden it just went from that to just like a cannonball, you know, like there's just cannon fodder everywhere, and I'm just still flying in the air like, whoa, you know. And the only thing that can keep me afloat is this influx of like people. This influx of more people watching, more people sharing, and more people, you know, giving it, like, on some level, or helping me at least. Listen, I heard this beautiful quote by this guy that I met recently, which is sort of kind of why I'm on this trip. And we were talking, and he says to me, you know, I don't like to give people money. What I do like to do is help them make money instead. That's so good. He's like, so what I usually do is I help somebody find how to make $100,000. And then from there, they have their own capital, and then it means more to them when they're going to go do the thing they want to go do. And it's not just somebody who just gave them money willy-nilly for no reason. Granted, like, you could do like a marketing campaign with some company. You could say, hey, listen, I'm going to do A, B, and C. I need $10,000. I'm going to promote the fuck out of you because you gave me the $10,000. We're going to make flyers and banners and posters and all this kind of stuff. And we're going to post it out there. And that's where that $10,000 is going to go. Out of that, you keep 4 you spend on all the crap, and boom, you make a big thing out of it. Something to that effect. Maybe like the 4 6 is backwards because you want to actually do like a real big thing. So you spend like $6,000 on advertising on Facebook and YouTube and Google, and you know, and you buy the props and the things and the right cameras and the good people and the editing and everything that you need for it to make it right. And then all of a sudden you do have something that you can put out. Ah, that's the idea. That's the idea. And so that's what I'm trying to create. That's what I want to create. My ultimate goal in this world, and I've been talking about it a lot, is sort of kind of like this place where from like, it almost looks like Burning Man. It's really trippy like that, but it is. It's like the middle of it is this forging station place thing where, like, in the middle, there's a place for woodworking, and there's a place for metal working, and there's a place for glass, and there's a place for like robot building and, you know, computers, and it's like a super cool maker space kind of thing that's like in this like space. And then there's like place for videography, and then there's like inside there's like a place for like learning jujitsu and learning martial arts and doing that for real, and also for film and TV, and then you know, like fighting and swords and all of that. And then in another place it's gymnastics and learning how to do parkour and learning how to do like, you know, those kind of things. And then the next place is like ceramics, and then how to do those kind of things, all kinds of different ceramics. And the next place would be like maybe stained glass windows. I mean, like that. And a place where you go and you learn at this maker space of make anything place. And like a place where like you could teach kids how to film, and you could teach kids how to, and you, like, it would be this really cool place. You can see all these kids running around with cameras, filming everybody else who's in the classes, and all the, you know, and they're all like running around doing their thing with their lighting and their, you know, and they're like, that's their thing. And then the other people are doing their thing, which is like ceramics, and they're all into it. And they're like, maybe they're creating there's some kid with a camera filming it, like, wow, dude, this is awesome, you know? That would be the best place. for video games with cameras and everything, and you can do your live feed and like make your money in that location. What a cool place, bro. So that's my idea. Anyways, listen, I'm going to say this is the end of the video at this point. Please go out of the world, do something nice for somebody else. And if you can't do something nice for yourself, it does start with you. Number 2, don't get caught up in all this crazy stuff that's going on in this world, because there's a lot of crazy stuff and then you'll just end up crazy, and that's not good. And nobody's healthy or healthy or And number 3, if you don't mind, please like, share, subscribe. Send this out to somebody who needs to see it. The more of you that are here right now, if you like it and you actually hit the share button and share it onto a group page, share it onto your Facebook page, share it onto, I don't know, Twitter, Instagram, I don't care, but do it. Share it, please. It helps me out. It helps out the algorithm and all that good stuff. Also, I have a Patreon, I have a Cash App, I have a PayPal, I have a lot of those things in which you can throw money at me, and I can keep making content like the one I have been making over the last week, traveling around, meeting interesting people, and seeing interesting things that you and I can vibe with together. With that, my friends, I appreciate you to reaching the end of the video. Ted, you stayed the whole time. That's intense. Junior, thank you for jumping in. I love you. Eric, thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody who came in. I love you. Taking a deep breath. Breathe in that good energy. Push all that negative stuff out of your life. Brush it off your shoulders. Don't let anybody come into your beautiful sanctuary of awesome. Be an awesome, beautiful person in this world. Keep a smile on your face no matter what happens. And when you can, be the help that you can on this planet. My friends, I love you so very much. I will see you all on the other side. I love you. I'll see you later.